If you want to know what's wrong with politics today, well, here's a microcosm that tells you all about it. So Rand Paul was accosted by protesters who actually started getting violent, and this article will go into that, but they were demanding that Rand Paul say her name, say Breonna Taylor's name, say Breonna Taylor's name. And the thing is, he sponsored an act in Breonna Taylor's name to end no-knock raids. Yeah, so let's go into it. All right. So this was Rand Paul and his wife Kelly. Says police prevented protesters from getting close to the Pauls, but there was a great deal of shoving. Someone attempted to throw a bike at them. I mean, first of all, random. Second of all, that's got to be like awkward and difficult, picking up a bike and throwing at him. I don't know. It's what he had, I guess. Whoever that was that threw it. And the officer escorting the Pauls was briefly knocked off balance. Senator Paul later told Fox News that he feared for their safety. I truly believe this with every fiber of my being. Had they gotten at us, they would have gotten us to the ground. We might not have been killed, might just have been injured by being kicked in the head or kicked in the stomach until we were senseless. And the story also mentions that Paul was brutally attacked by his next-door neighbor in 2017, completely unprovoked, had injuries to his ribs and lungs, and was also there at the 2017 congressional baseball game shooting. So, I'm not going to show you the footage. You can watch that yourself. I don't know what the rules are anymore, but there are a lot of people who were, sharing footage of this on YouTube that, ended up getting community strikes and things like that. So you can see it for yourself, but it's not nice. It's more than not nice stuff. Yeah. So the protesters repeatedly shouted at Paul to say her name. The her in question is Breonna Taylor. We've talked about her before. A woman who police killed during a no-knock raid in her home in the middle of the night on March 13. So if you recall, in this one, there was nothing about how she wasn't complying with the police or anything. They didn't even know the police. They just busted in through the door, apparently didn't identify themselves from what I understand, and they thought they were being, attacked by home invaders, which, they were actually. Let's not put too fine a point on it. Let's call a spade. But I think it was her boyfriend, husband, whoever. I don't remember all the details, but he shot at them, thinking it was defending, and then they shot her in response, even though she didn't even have a weapon. And at one point, they even lied and said that she was the shooter. So, yeah, it says Taylor is an unambiguous victim of police violence and unnecessary drug. This is all about the drug war. The insane and stupid war on drugs. When are we just going to end that thing? And protesters are right to demand justice for her. Paul, though, has done much more than just saying Taylor's name. He sponsored the Justice for Breonna Taylor Act, which would prohibit no-knock raids. Yeah, we could solve so many problems like that. We do not need no-knock raids. The whole point of no-knock raids is they're afraid that, if they announce, hey, police, we're coming in, before they come in or something like that, then that might give them a chance to destroy evidence. Well, what evidence could you possibly destroy? If you had committed a murder, what evidence of a murder could you destroy in the time it takes for you to get to the door and let the police in? It doesn't work. The only kind of evidence that's an issue with is drugs. They're afraid, they'll go take their stash and flush it down the toilet, because that takes a minute. That's it. That's it. This is all about the drug war, folks. That's what it's all about. So, Paul said back in June, after talking with Breonna Taylor's family, I've come to the conclusion that it's long past time to get rid of no-knock warrants. And applause for Paul. This bill will effectively end no-knock raids in the United States. It would be wrong to physically intimidate the Pauls in any case, but the crowd also failed to recognize that their alleged foe is one of the most consistent voices for criminal justice reform in the U.S. Senate. Yeah, it's all... it's almost like this is an excuse. It's almost like they don't really believe this. They just hate Republicans. They hate anyone who's not them, actually. You know, they're the not we, and the we are good, and the not we are bad, and so we have to pretend that Rand Paul, you know, doesn't care anything about him when he actually sponsored a bill about it. So, it says, to borrow a favorite phrase of the woke activist crowd, educate yourself, street protesters. Yeah, that's assuming that's what they really want. Assuming that this isn't really, you know, about just, you know, hyping up the Democrats and, you know, making the Republicans look terrible. But maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm just being kind of cynical after everything that's happened, which I think is understandable. So I could be wrong, but I kind of don't think I am. I kind of think this is election year stuff. I kind of think this is all about trying to get Democrats back in power. But who knows? Who knows? Thank you so much for watching. As usual, you can support this channel in a number of ways at donate.bogosity.tv. You can be a regular supporter at Patreon and Subscribestar and get videos like this early and ad-free. You can also just do a regular donation through PayPal, or you can donate through crypto. I'm actually working on something that will just let you donate, you know, little bits of crypto with a QR code. But the cool thing is, because right now there's one QR code for Bitcoin, one for, you know, Bitcoin Cash, one for Litecoin, one for Dash, all these different QR codes. You have to get the right QR code. Yeah, and that's kind of annoying. Well, the AnyPay people have come up with a way where it's just a single QR code. And that's all you need. And your wallet automatically says, hey, okay, that's this PayColon QR code link. And I'm going to tell it that, oh, I'm going to pay with Dash or whatever. It's pretty cool. I'd like to play around with it and see if I can actually get it implemented on there. But we'll see about that. And there may be some other stuff coming up that I might be working on. Who knows? So I'm keeping myself busy. Don't worry about it. So there's so much going on. But most of all, of course, the best thing you can do is just share these videos. And just let everyone know about this channel. Check over the channel yourself if you're not familiar with it. See what else is there. We've got so many more discussions going on videos I've made and in the comments about issues like police brutality and things like that, and why we need to do things like get rid of no-knock raids and qualified immunity and things like that. So thank you so very much. Until next time, stay strong and be free.